much further. That way you can't say it's something you did. So it turns out this guy got it to this point, well, with everything together, he got it to this point. He went to put the tail shaft housing section on, and apparently this wasn't lined up correctly. So normally what you would do is once you have all the RTV and everything on the surface, you're ready to mate the surfaces, you would take a screwdriver through the opening and you just kind of want to massage and press on this fork, because that's generally the last thing that's going to be holding you up. So he did not do that. He got the case to fall, I would imagine, because this is where it normally falls, about to right there. So basically it falls to this dowel essentially. So you know everything is lined up. And at that point, instead of doing what I said and moving this around to get the tail shaft housing to fall in place, he instead decided to run it down with an impact. So that's where all that metal and shit came from. And yeah, so now this rod, this is the 5/6 in reverse shift rod, or shift rod, we can call it that. And yeah, this, I can get it to about that point. And I know, I see that, guys. I'm talking like I'm trying to lift up on this and I get this to that point, it just seizes up. It doesn't want to go any further. So that shaft is definitely screwed. So we got a new one. Now it's just the pain of getting this old one out, because yeah, that's not really how it's supposed to be. Okay, so I wasn't having any success with that, so what I decided to do was just disassemble the synchronizer assembly. Now I should be able to just kind of finesse it out the way. I'm probably not going to be able to do that with one hand, but yeah. And there we go. Some things just take two hands to do sometimes. Yeah, something tells me that's not really supposed to be like that. So this just got interesting really fast. So my little cheat code for getting the reverse synchronizer and the 5/6 countershafts out of the way worked. So that's cool. But I kind of still need to get 5th and 6th gear out of the way. That just kind of should just pull up out of there. Normally this fork isn't directly in the way. So I guess my next game plan is I'm gonna try to get that snap ring out so it'll free up this whole shaft, and see if that does anything for me. And if not, then I guess I'm gonna have to take all the bolts out the bottom, separate the case, and just separate the case with all this stuff still there, which is kind of stupid, but I mean, I don't really have another choice, it looks like. So I'll keep you guys posted. Alright, so I was able to finesse a little bit. I took these alignment dowels out, alignment pins, whatever you want to call them, and that gave me a lot more play to move this all around. And with that extra play, I was able to just pull the 5th and 6th gear set out. So that was no big deal, I guess. So now I'm just going to go ahead and pull it apart, pull it the rest of the way apart, see what we got going on. Alright, so that actually went fairly smoothly. There we go. And I don't really know what else can be said other than, even though I just did all of that, I'm still going to have to figure out how to get that fork out of there some way, somehow, so I can actually remove that and do what I have to do. So I will figure something out, let you guys know. Okay, so I think my game plan is I want to take this inner shaft out. So I think the only thing holding that in is this single roll pin right here. So I'm going to pop that out. It'll break this fork loose, and then I should be able to slide the shaft all the way through, hopefully. Okay, so I'm going to try to chalk this up in the press. Basically, you can see how bent the shaft is. I don't know how easily you guys can see it on camera. It's pretty freaking bent, but what makes it really easy to see is if, look at the gap over here, there's like next to nothing is closed. Look at the gap over here. It's huge, and you can't even pivot it. Like it won't, literally won't pivot at all. It's locked in place like that. So that shows you just how bent that shaft is. I'm actually surprised he only bent the very top of it. Hopefully, I didn't check the 5 shift. Yeah, can't talk. I actually did not check this piece yet. I mean, that looks okay. I don't think he damaged that. I was thinking he might have possibly damaged that, but that looks fine. So I'm actually kind of impressed that he only able. Oh my god, I can't fucking talk. I'm just very surprised that he was only able to bend that small section of the shaft. Like it's impressive. Game plan. You know, I can honestly say I've never had to do this before, but it is oddly satisfying. It is going to the bitter end. Like literally, I don't even know. I might be re-straightening the shaft. We might be able to reuse this after this. It's like no. No bueno. Doesn't really want to go on. That's the point that I got stuck before. And then the other one slides right on. Perfect. Alright, so I got the new rail in. Looks good. But I will say I am kind of puzzled because they rebuilt this, apparently. I mean, that's what the guy was telling me. They rebuilt this, but you still got all the standard hardware. Like, why would you not, while you're in here, I mean, why would you not upgrade these to the bronze fork pads at a minimum? I mean, these plastic pads, man, I mean, let me show you. They always are gonna fail at some point. This is from the last transmission that I built. You can just see, if my camera would stop being a piece of crap. I guess you can't see anything. Try to get some light on this. Dude, this stupid camera just won't focus. Oh, there you go. So you can see that there's already a crack starting to form. You let that go too many times, or if you let that go for too long, that will eventually just completely break off, and then you've lost that gear essentially. So I just don't understand why you wouldn't upgrade to the bronze fork pads. They're really not even that expensive either. So it's just my 2 cents. This is how it should be. Look how effortless this is. Effortless. You see that? That's how it should have been in the first place. Here you go. First gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear, sixth gear, reverse.